Hi there, my scrappy friends. So I'm back today with a layout finally, and I'm gonna be using this die cut. This is one of the Paige Evans die cuts from her shop. You can find it either on her Etsy shop or you can buy it through the Silhouette store, which is what I usually do because I have an account with them and it just makes things easier. And if I'm not mistaken, due to the International Scrapbooking Day, it was on discount. So I bought this one and I bought a few more die cuts. I cut them out. It's what I like to do because I'm very lazy. So anytime that I'm going to use my Silhouette, I basically cut out various die cuts that I've bought and just leave them there, store them, and the day that I feel like doing a layout, which was today, I just take them out. So as you can see, I have a lot of these 2x2 pictures. So this is my family from my husband's side. We had family celebrations this month because there are a lot of communions going on, and it was my nephew's communion, and I did feel like taking a lot of pictures that day. So I took pictures with almost every member of the family, and I thought it would be really great to use this die cut to kind of put them all together. Here I am putting some gesso. I haven't done any mixed media for a while, but I felt like it today. So I prepped up my page. I chose this very simple background with these black hearts. Wanted to keep it simple because I knew I was gonna use a lot of colors. So there I go with my mermaid markers. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. So I prepped my sheet with gesso because the mermaid markers, they are ink based, and if you do not prep the page, what happens is that the paper absorbs the ink very quickly and doesn't allow you any time to move the paint around. And I did want to create a little bit of a watercolor effect, but with the mermaid markers, the colors are just so much more vibrant. So I did a whole video a few days ago and I was showing the new mermaid markers. I'll probably post a review, my personal opinion about the new mermaid markers that Jane Davenport came out. They are not new anymore because they came out quite a few months ago now, but they were new for me, and they are kind of not from the original set, and they have glitter and they are just amazing. So what am I doing here? I thought about using a rainbow color scheme. So I found my mermaid markers, the colors that would allow me to create this rainbow color effect. And before I did this, I basically put the die cut on the page, and underneath each photograph I just wrote across with a pencil, and I kind of knew where they were going to be once I laid down the die cut. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of creating a color splatter behind every Polaroid photo that is stuck in the banner. So it's really simple, as you can see. A few drops of the mermaid markers, a little bit of water to move it around, and just splattering the paintbrush when it's fully loaded with paint. And yeah, I did like how it turned out, very colorful, and it's exactly what I wanted to do with these cute pictures of my family. So I was hearing the Scrap Girls podcast when I was doing this. I usually listen to podcasts when I'm scrapbooking. I find it really cool to do that. Sometimes music, I just can't find the music that I need to listen to inspire me when I'm scrapbooking, but I love listening to podcasts, and the Scrap Girls, you all know them, they are fabulous. If you don't know them, you have to start listening to their podcast with Tiffany and Tracy. So I am putting some foam tape underneath each picture to give it a bit of volume. Now this layout ends up with a lot of volume. Here I am with my beautiful bloom flower, and I fished out these wooden pegs, and here I'm gonna give a shout out to Karen, even though I know she listens to my videos in Spanish, because she says she wants to learn Spanish from me. But Karen sent me a package for my daughter, and she sent so many beautiful things. She was cleaning to her scrapbooking supplies, and she sent a package to Laura, and it was full of beautiful things. So I did take a few things for myself as well, Karen. Amongst them were these pegs, and they have words written on them like celebrate or today or love. And I thought they would be perfect because it makes it look so much more real, as if the pictures are really hanging on the string with that peg. Next on this page comes the title. I wanted to continue with this very colorful color scheme that I chose today. So these stickers were perfect. I bought them a few weeks ago, and they are a very old version of stickers that came out with an old American Crafts collection, like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. And they just fit perfectly with this layout. And now I'm going to embellish. I'm looking through my thin chipboard, and I'm trying to find something that I can paste on each and every picture. But I couldn't really find a lot of things neutral kind of way, because lots of them said I love you and stuff, and well, these are my family members, but I would use words like love when I talk about my husband or my daughter. I do love them. I mean, don't misunderstand me. I do love them to bits. But I wanted to find words that were more adequate. So I found stuff like lovely day or the best day. We did have a lot of fun that day. I'm gonna stick it down with my zig, because it was kind of bothering me that there were bits of this thin line that were popping out. So I decided to stick it down a little bit more with a zig pen that I have. And that's what I use to stick the photos and back them up with the die cut. And here I had the idea of using a pen to just fill in hearts around the border. There were so many things going on in the layout, so many bits and pieces that I knew that I was going to put, that I wanted to avoid doing an external border with a different kind of pattern paper, and filling out those hearts just made it perfect, because it didn't overdo it. As you can see, I've stuck the page down with some washi tape whilst I'm working. You know that when you do mixed media, it tends to warp the page a little bit, and sticking it down with washi helped keep it flat whilst I was working. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just add bits and pieces, butterflies, stars, hearts, whatever I found that could coordinate with the colors, I just used. And I tried to stick to the same color on top of the same colors. So the die cuts that I found, I tried to make them very similar to the colors underneath, with a little variation here and there. And yeah, here I am sticking down little bits and pieces. I have wood veneer, I have die cuts, I have a bit of everything. So yeah, I don't actually know what else to say about this layout. I really enjoyed doing it. My husband loved it because it's his family, and he said that we should put it up somewhere in the house. But this kind of layout would require one of these frames that allows for some space. So I recently bought some frames from IKEA, but they are best used with very flat layouts that do not have as much dimension as this one has. I like how this turned out. I'll probably just hang it somewhere with a bit of washi and have it around for a little bit. So I'm gonna leave you with this for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back very, very soon with more. Bye!